I'm Michael. I'm one of the therapists at Medicine Horse, and I, along with Frankie, help lead our veterans group, which meets roughly 3 times a year out here, and we have sessions that last 6 weeks. And so each week, for about 2 hours, we'll have the veterans come out, and they'll get to spend some relational connection time with the horses, and also with each other. And through that, over the 6 weeks, they build a lot of skills, but also build a lot of connection. And so some of the things that we've noticed can be powerful about working with horses are, one, that they are herd animals. So like us, they are social, and they can help us learn about our own social relationships, and also can build social relationships with us. And then 2, they're really sensitive. As prey animals who are tuned in for survival and to connect with their herd, they notice our energy, and so they can give us feedback about how we're showing up, but also tune in when we need it. And so I've seen folks who suddenly have an emotional release happen in a moment with a horse, and the horse will come connect with them and offer a little bit of support. Other times I've seen folks giving horses lots of pressure in the way they're trying to lead them, and feeling some anxiety about that, like feeling like, oh, I have to do this right in the way I lead this animal. And sometimes the horse will resist that, and that's also a part of what they're offering us, is helping us learn which forms of connection feel good to them, and which forms of connection they don't like as much. And so then we can learn how we can apply that into our own relationships in life. And finally, they're big animals. And by being big, just being in their presence, we can often find that to be a really grounding form of connection. And also sometimes when we have mounted sessions, or even if we just kind of lean on a horse like this and let it hold us, that might be the first time as adults a lot of us have been held by another being. And that can in and of itself be really powerful and transformative. And so over the 6 weeks, we teach different skills. If we teach how to put the halter on the horse, or lead the horse, or groom, or pick their feet. But really all of those skills are about relational connection. It's about how do we attune to the animal in front of us and attune to ourselves and notice what's showing up when working with those skills. And often we find that in the midst of these different types of interactions, people have these moments of just like real personal connection that can be powerful. And that'll happen with the horse, but they'll also see it with each other. So sometimes people that didn't know each other 6 weeks ago are suddenly just finding really strong, powerful community 6 weeks later as they've engaged in some of this work. It's a little bit different than you might find typical group therapy to look, because of the really present, embodied nature of it. So we will sit in a circle and check in, and we'll also check out into the group. But the group primarily isn't about sharing our stories or sharing our pain. Sometimes that will come up, but it'll come up in the present moment connections. And so sometimes people really find a lot of safety in that. Sometimes some of our veterans say it's like their first time with group therapy, or previous group therapy hasn't worked for them because it's felt like they've just had to rehash a lot of hard memories. And out here they get to build really connecting positive memories that can help heal some of those memories, but don't have to go as deeply into it. So just even as I've been here talking, I've noticed Frankie kind of engaging a lot of behaviors and helping me be in the present moment. I've also noticed my own nervous system shifting as he shifts. He just did this kind of yawn, and if a veteran was here standing with me, I might ask them what meaning they were making of that, and what they were noticing, how it felt in their own nervous system as Frankie did some of those different shifting behaviors. Now it seems like he's kind of settling a little bit. So those are all just these present moment opportunities that we have to connect and be more in our own bodies and find that healing connection through that. So yeah, a few stories of what that kind of healing connection could look like for our veterans. There's one woman that I remember we were teaching folks how to lead one day, and she shared that in the moment that she was leading this horse, it was the first time she actually felt connected with another being while being in charge. She had had this experience in the military of the way she was told what to do and the way she told other people what to do that didn't feel very connected. And so she was actually worried about leading because she was worried it was going to harm the relationship with the horse to have that kind of leadership role. Then she found out, oh no, wait, I actually feel like there's this different kind of connection that we can have with me asking this horse to do something. And then a few weeks later, she also realized one time she was leading the horse, she's like, I also don't have to lead right now. I can just let this horse eat the grass in front of him and let him choose the path. And so there are these different kind of insights she developed over the time with us around what leadership could be for her and when she could choose to step into that or not. There's another person I worked with who actually developed a really close connection with Frankie. And I remember he had been out to us a number of times. He had been to the group a number of times, so you can join our 6-week group and then sign up again if it was powerful for you. And he had done this a number of times. And once he was just out in the pasture, brushing Frankie kind of like this, and he just had this moment of release where he realized like he had been judging himself for all of this like laziness that that's how he called it. He said, I've just been really lazy and low energy. Then he realized kind of what was behind that was this like sadness and loneliness he had been feeling but hadn't given voice to. And something about spending the time with Frankie helped him get more in touch with that. And then like from sharing that, he also started to build more connection. So he started to like build better relationships in the group here with horses, and something about that time with Frankie helped bring that to his awareness. The reason Frankie and I are talking to you today specifically about our veterans group is that we're hoping to use this season of Colorado Gives to raise money for this next year of our veterans groups. And so in the past, sometimes we've been able to access money from the Veterans Center, and that money is not available this year. And so we want to keep offering this group free of charge to any veterans that want to access it, and we can only do that with your help. So if you have the heart and the space to offer in the next few weeks, December 10th is Colorado Gives Day, and you can donate anytime from the beginning of November up through then, and those contributions will help offer this group to veterans 3 rounds of it over the next calendar year.